Hello, children, and welcome back. Today we will continue with Unit 1.5, The Necklace, Part 2. So, children, let's read and understand if Matilda got the necklace back or no. So, let's start reading, children. They looked in the folds of her dress, in the folds of her cloak, in her pockets, everywhere, but they could not find it. Are you sure you still had it on when you left the hall? He asked. Yes, I touched it in the hall at the ministry. But if you had lost it in the street, we would have heard it fall. It must be in the cab. Yes, that's probably it. Did you take his number? No. They stared at each other, stunned. At last, Loisel put his clothes on again. I'm going back, he said. Over the whole route we walked and see if I can find it. He left. She remained in her ball dress all night, her mind blank. Her husband returned at about 7 o'clock. He had found nothing. So children, let's see the meanings. Cloak means a garment worn over other clothes. Probably means likely. So children, I'll start with the explanation. So children, as you know that Matilda had lost the necklace, both of them started, that is, Matilda and her husband started searching for the necklace in the folds of her dress and also in her cloak and in her pocket and everywhere else. But they couldn't find it. They tried to recall where she could have lost it, on the street or in the taxi, but they did not have the taxi driver's number. Loisel decided to go over the track where they had walked on foot. When he left to go, Matilda sat there the whole night in the same dress. She could not think of anything else as she was shocked. Loisel returned home at around 7 o'clock, but still he did not find anything. So children, let's read further. He went to the police, to the newspapers to offer a reward, to the cab companies, everywhere the tiniest glimmer of hope held him. She waited all day, in despair at this frightful disaster. Loisel returned in the evening, a hollow pale figure. He had found nothing. You must write to your friend, he said. Tell her you have broken the clasp of her necklace and that you are having it mended. It will give us some time to look somewhere else. She wrote as he dictated. At the end of 1 week, they had lost all hope, and Loisel, who suddenly looked aged, declared, We must consider how to replace the jewel. And so they went from jeweler to jeweler, looking for a necklace like the other one, consulting their memories, both sick with grief and anguish. So children, let's see the meanings. Glimmer means shine faintly. Pale means light colored. Clasp means hold tightly with one's hand. Dictated means order authoritatively. Anguish means severe mental or physical pain. So children, now I'll begin with the explanation. Loisel then went to the police and to the taxi office and even put an advertisement in the newspaper that if anyone has found the necklace, then they can get a reward for it if they return it. While Loisel was searching for the necklace, Matilda sat the whole day in the house thinking about the horrible disaster. By evening, Loisel returned home, tired and without any hope, as he could not find the necklace. To gain some time in search for the necklace, he asked his wife to write a letter to her friend Madame Forestier and tell her that she had broken the hook of the necklace and that she would soon repair it and give the necklace back to her. Matilda wrote as her husband told her. Finally, at the end of a week, they had lost all hope and decided to replace the necklace. That means they decided to buy a similar new necklace from the shop and replace it. So they searched for the same necklace from one shop, that is the jeweler, to the other, remembering the design of the necklace with severe mental pain as they were very stressed after the necklace was lost. So children, let's read this passage. In a shop at the Palace Royal, they found a string of diamonds, which seemed to be exactly what they were looking for. It was worth 40,000 francs. They could have it for 36,000. So they begged the jeweler not to sell it for 3 days, and they made an arrangement that he would take it back for 34,000 francs if the other necklace was found before the end of February. Loisel had 18,000 francs which his father had left him. He would borrow the rest, and he did borrow. He gave notes, made ruinous agreements, dealt with every type of moneylender. Then he went to get the necklace back and laid down on the jeweler's counter 36,000 francs. When Madame Loisel took the necklace back, Madame Forestier said coldly, "You should have returned it sooner. I might have needed it." So children, the meaning ruinous means leading to a heavy loss. So I'll begin with the explanation. So in a shop of the Palais Royal, they both found a string of diamonds, which was exactly the same as they were looking for. It was valued at 40,000 francs. They could get it for 36,000 francs. They requested the jeweler not to sell the necklace for 3 days, and they also made an arrangement with the jeweler that if they found the lost necklace before the end of February, then the jeweler would take the new necklace back for 34,000 francs. Now Loisel had 18,000 francs, which his father had left for him, and he borrowed the rest of the money. Loisel made several loss-making agreements. He borrowed money from several moneylenders. After a lot of borrowing, he finally could arrange the money, and he went to get the new necklace, depositing on the jeweler's counter 36,000 francs. Now finally, when Matilda was returning the necklace, that is a new necklace, back to Madame Forestier, she told her without any emotions that she should have returned the necklace earlier as she might have needed it. So children, did you see how Matilda and Loisel have put themselves in such a big problem? They had to literally spend their entire savings just to buy back a necklace which didn't even belong to them. So children, in the next video, we will see how Matilda dealt with a new poor life and if she learned any lesson from her mistakes that she has made. Till then, take care of yourselves.